Damian's POV. You killed 4 humans and my guard dogs. I tell her as I watch her sway her hips as she walks. She smirks and licks the blood off the corner of her mouth. I was hungry. Besides, you can't pretend you don't drink human blood. She right, I do drink human blood, but I don't kill them. They simply donate their blood, and for exchange they are allowed to live here rent-free. They just have to follow my rules and be obedient little humans. Yeah, I do drink human blood. Still doesn't explain why you are trespassing in my territory now, does it? I tell her as I listen to her laugh. I heard the great Damian was going weak. So I decided to test that theory. She snaps and tosses a few leaves that are as sharp as blades in my direction. A few pierce into the concrete walls behind me, while one slides across my face. I touch where the leaf hit me to see blood. The fox woman laughs. I wouldn't just stand there. My plants have a nasty bite, she says as vines come shooting out from her arms. I dodge the first 2 before feeling something wrap around my left ankle and slam me into the concrete wall, causing the wall to crumble and chunks of concrete blocks to fall on top on me. Boss! I hear a few of my men yell out. I move the heavy concrete blocks and calmly dust the concrete dust off of me. Was that supposed to hurt? It was like getting hit with pillow, I say as she woman growls at me. Well, then guess I am just going to have to hit you harder, she yells as she throws her vines at me once again. I reach up and catch all 4 vines with my right hand. Get a new trick, this one is old. I tell her as I give the vines a hard yank which sends her forwards and face first onto the concrete floor. You are a weak little fox. Probably the weakest I have ever ran into. Is really all you can do? I say in a cold tone as I walk to the center of the warehouse where she was laying. I smirk as I see her reach for something inside her blouse. She throws a needle at me. I catch it in between my fingers. I sniff the needle knowing it's laced with some type of poison. Not only are you weak, but you are also the dumbest fox I have ever met, I say as toss the needle into her thigh. She lets out a cry as she removes the needle and tosses it on the ground. She slowly starts to crawl away. I walk slowly behind her. Where are you going? I taunt as I step on her ankle. She lets out a cry. I have to make an antidote for the poison. I only attacked because I was sent to distracted you long enough for the others to steal equipment, she blurts out as she starts to sob. Please, I am only a maid doing as my master requested of me, she pleads as she bats her eyelashes at me. This woman really sucks at acting. She wants me to get close enough so she can swing at me again. Might as well humor the stupid fox. I step forward to grab her, only for her demeanor to shift as she swings a knife that's in her right hand at me. I catch her right wrist and jam my hand into her chest. I watch as the knife falls to the concrete with a loud clink. Blood starts to drip out of her mouth. I hope I give them enough time, she says as I rip her heart out in one swift movement. Her now lifeless body falls back and bleeds out onto the concrete. I toss her heart into the nearby trash can. Get this shit cleaned up. I snap at my men as they scramble to get cleaning. If she was telling the truth about being a distraction, they are mostly trying to steal from my mansion, which means I am dealing with a traitor after all. I pull out a phone and call Virgil. Met me at the house now and spread the words to the others. I snap and hang up before Virgil can get a word in. As I drive up my driveway, the first thing I notice is smoke. Virgil, Boyd, Alex, Jared, and Dean all standing on the front steps with one man kneeling with his hands behind his back. I get out of my car and slam the door shut as I walk up to them. When we arrived, the others had already fled, but we managed to catch this dumbass. Although no matter how hard we hit him, he wouldn't talk. Boyd tells me as he kicks the man hard in the ribcage. The man lets out a small whimper. Then he isn't any use to us, I says as I reach my hand out and flick the man's head clean off. The blood splatters all over the brick walls and the head bounces off the bricks and rolls down the concrete steps. Dude, I had my mouth open, Dean says as he starts running his hands into his mouth to scrub his tongue clean. Alex lets out a chuckle. Why did you have your mouth open, you fucking moron? He says as Dean glares at him. Shut up. Dean snaps at him. Knock it the fuck off and tell me what they took. I snap as Virgil clears his throat. They took all the money, guns, and gold put of the box. I think they also took the ledger you had on all the clans in the surrounding areas. We weren't able to find it. Virgil informs me. I smirk. The money, guns, and gold can be replaced. As for the ledger, I have it. I moved it in case it was an inside job. I guess my hunch was right. I tell them, as I step inside to find the mansion in total shambles. The chandelier was shattered on the marble floor. The stairs leading upstairs were blown to pieces. There were holes in the walls and bodies of a few maids and guards lay motionless on the floor. The smoke was coming from my office area where some servants were still trying to put the small fire out. Dean, how is Willow today? I ask him. Boyd had told me she was sick when she went home yesterday. Since she doesn't have work today, I would assume she stay at home and at least to rest. She is fine. Her friend Kristin dropped off some soup. She most likely just had a bad hangover. But with her being human, it's possible she caught a human cold. The flu has been going around with the humans lately, Dean says as Boyd nods. Yeah, I remember a few humans coming into the diner coughing and sneezing. Willow did put a mask on before taking their order, but it probably didn't do her any good, Boyd says as he lights a cigarette and takes a draw of it. Dean go back to her apartment and keep me informed on her condition. With this attack, I might just have to move her here with me a lot sooner. I inform Dean. Since this was clearly an inside job, it's possible the enemy will make Willow their next target to get a hold of my ledger. It won't be a bad thing to have her here sooner. Since she is sick, I will at least wait until she is feeling better before I make my move. All right. Whatever you say, boss, Dean says before he transports away. Virgil sighs. I guess I'll use a spell to fix this place up. It will take too long to have the maids clean all this up. I'll even bury the bodies out back while I am at it, he says as both his hands glow bright yellow. He holds his hands out as he chants a few words before everything in the mansion starts to glow bright yellow. The stairs began to rebuild themselves, while the chandelier repairs itself and flies up back into the ceiling. All the bodies disappear and everything goes back to normal. Well, like always, you did a good job, I tell Virgil as I pat him on the back. Virgil rolls his eyes. Whatever, I just wanted to get this over with so I can go back to Kristin house, he says as he starts to walk off. Why don't you have Kristin move in as well? That way when Willow gets here, she won't be alone, I tell him. Virgil looks at me. When are you moving her in? He asked. Most likely after she is done being sick, with this being an inside job. Willow might be a target, especially since we don't know who is behind this, I tell him as I head up the stairs to my bedroom. It's been a long day, I'm going for a nap, I tell him as I reach the top of the stairs. I'm going to enjoy having Willow here with me. It's sooner than I was planning, but at least now if she does turn up pregnant, she will be here with me. After all, I didn't use a condom and humans are sensitive in the reproduction area, so her chances of being pregnant are very high. Please download Novels Ago and search the code in the upper left corner to continue reading.